and this is King POZee, and welcome to earGROUND, and this is King POZee, and namhlanje sizontuthu ziyathunqa komfazi uchaya indoda kwesikwenzala lapha. And this is the second legend that I'm meeting in Bulawayo, and his name is the Godfather, P2DAOH. Welcome to earGROUND.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So here we have a legend. He's an artist with many stripes as far as the industry is concerned. I understand he's a musician, he's a producer, he did some acting back in the days. I don't know what else he can do, but he's here, so I hope that he will help to unpack that. P2DAOH. Who's P2DAOH and what you about?
Okay, my government name is Polite Tichivangana. Yes, I was born on the 10th of December 1982. Yeah, so yeah, basically, yeah, I grew up in Luveve, in Bulawayo, and then I went to school. I went to primary school at Luveve Primary School, and then I went to Luveve High School. And then after that, that's when this whole music thing started. But it also started. Okay, the arts thing started in at Luveve Primary School, because I was part of the drama club.
Right,
you know,
right.
Yes, I was doing drama and stuff like that. I was not part of the choir. No.
You're never part of the
Nah.
All right, you played Amos back in the days.
Yes.
How did that character come about, and how did it change your love for the arts, and how did it gravitate and say, okay, this is something that I could do for life?
Yeah, basically, it was. I was in grade 7.
Right.
I think it was 1995.
Yep.
Yes, I was in grade 7, and then there was this play, the HIV/AIDS play that day. And then when the director was looking for a cast, there was a part, Amos, the Amos part.
All right.
So the character was like me, you know. I don't know if it was luck or what, but the character of it replicated me. You check.
Right.
So basically, what I had to do is just go in there and be myself.
All right. Yeah.
So I wasn't acting that. The only thing I was doing was to like memorizing the lines, but I was just being me, just like now. This is Amos, you know what I'm saying? So with that, that's when I discovered, oh, okay, I can act as well. Okay, cool. So yeah, and then after that, I went to high school. Also joined the drama club.
Yeah, that is where I met you actually.
Yeah, that's where we met. Yes, yes.
I was actually in the same class with this guy. 182, 1996.
Yes,
to
of course.
482.
To 482,
1999.
Yes, of course.
Right.
So basically, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I used to dance as well.
Yeah.
You know, like I used to dance. There was this other program on ZPC called Teen Scene. Yes,
right,
yeah. I also took part in the teen dance competition.
All right.
Yes, yeah. I used to dance.
Which kind of dance did you do?
I'm a pansula. Obviously, I grew up in the hood. Yes, this hip hop thing here, we hip hop, but I originally I'm a pansula. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we used to dance to Kwaito, because Kwaito was trending by that time.
Yeah. So you were dancing to Mbiri actually. You did Mbiri, the dance Mbiri.
Yeah, at some point we're doing that, but you know, times
what style was
changed.
there? What style was there at the time?
At that time, yeah, it was Mbiri, but our Mbiri was unique in a way. You know what I'm saying? Where it was a mixture of break dance and some bit of Borodel. You know what I'm saying? Where you break dance, and then it was not your Mbiri, typical Mbiri style.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, that's what we're doing. Yeah, and we're making money, because every weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah, we're fully booked. Like weddings, you know. Yeah, especially when we got interviewed on TV, that's when we started getting booked. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the name of the group?
Yeah, it has so many, because we started off as Ghetto R, and then we changed it to Banabarona, and then and then we were part of Black Panther Records, where there was Vusa, where Exmo Squad was born and stuff like that. So we're coming in as dancers. They were the DJs. as well,
Alright.
and then they were singers. That's when the whole artist part started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there was Bobo, there was Jayza, there was also what's his name? Zebro was a DJ, and then there was this dude Samampela, but UKG, the one that did UKG, Ukonela during that era. You know what I'm saying? And then we were dancers, and then that's when we because it was a proper setup, more like a stable. You know what I'm saying? It was called Black Panther.
Yeah.
So we used to have meetings every Saturdays at Ver 5, Komaspanda.
Alright.
We used to do meetings, and then if you were late, you were paying a fine, and then we used to do subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then let's say I'm booked at a wedding, and then there was a certain percentage, 25%, it goes to what? To Black Panther.
Alright.
So we thinking all that money, it became lots of money. And then that's when we started with, let's have a compilation album. That's when we paid for studio at Kwabalanda. That's when I met Joe for the first time. I didn't know there was a studio in Kwabalanda. No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I wasn't much into music, into the whole. All I wanted was to dance,
And get your money.
and get paid. You check.
Yeah.
So now, that's when I met Joe for the first time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then by then it wasn't that digital, his studio setup. It was more analog. He had this other Roland workstation, and then he had a keyboard, a Roland as well. So he was programming beats on his keyboard. Programming. It was so cool.
Yeah.
And then I was fascinated. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And then Joe was a cool guy. And then he saw this guy, his passion, he's got interest and stuff like that. I was like, no, you can play around with that. You know what I'm saying? That's when I started. Okay, obviously when he was programming, there was a kick line, the music, hi hats, what, and then when I was pressing, okay, I mute the kick. Oh, okay, so this is how you arrange. Oh, nice. So from then on, that's when this whole production item started. And then fast forward 5 years later, that's when we got introduced to Fruit Loops 3. You know what I'm saying? There was this other cat with a PC and a P1. It was a P1. It had Fruit Loops 3 in there. You know what I'm saying?
With Windows 98.
And then that's when we just go, okay, so you can make beats via Fruity, but not everyone was a fan because of the sounds. Obviously, the digital sounds, and then the Fruity Loop sounds, and then after, I think 2 years after that, that's when someone said, there's this other cool one called Rhythm. You know what I'm saying? So it was just an era of discovering things, and through, and then since Joe he was doing the analog thing, we had mastered that, and then now we jumped onto the software, the digital sound, and then so both worlds came together, and then that's how P2DAOH came into light. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I started learning how to capture vocals nicely. Even after capturing, that's when I learned how to mix them properly. Yes, obviously I was work a bit, but I took my time. I took my time. Observing when he was doing his thing. I was just chill. Observe. And then if I ever have a question, I ask, okay, so what's this reverb thing in here? Or what's this EQ? Okay, you know what I'm saying? So basically that's how I got into it, and obviously the passion, And then fast forward 2000, this was now 2004, 2004 I got signed by Man Soul Jah. Got signed. The stable was called Icons.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, he signed me as an artist. So the reason why he signed me, it's funny. The reason why he signed me, by that time POZee was trending on radio. You know what I'm saying? You remember
Yeah,
POZee?
POZee,
Yeah,
Young
the Kwaito guy. You know what I'm saying? And then he had me rap because I was a Pansula guy, but back at home I was listening to your Tupac. You know what I'm saying? BAG. DJ Premier, Guru, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I knew how to rap. You know, I was rapping in Vedek, obviously, but I knew how to rap. I knew how to flow. You know what I'm saying? So when Man Soul Jah heard me flow, he was like, damn! Because by that time he was a radio. Was it called Power FM? I think it was Radio 3.
Radio 3 should be.
No. Power FM, yeah, it was Power FM in Guero. It was stationed in Guero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, but you can beat POZee. So I'm signing you now. That's when I got signed, you know? Their studio was analog throughout.
All right.
Playing guitars, what. There was this other guy called Bradev, a white dude. You know, he plays guitar. You know what I'm saying? They were doing that. So I went there. I observed and checked out. I was like, no, I'm not trying to be mature. So me, I'm just trying to do hip hop. You check.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Man Soul Jah. So by that time he was my boss. So I spoke to boss man. I was like, yes, I see you guys. You're doing your analog live guitars and stuff. But with my type of style, I feel if I use your reasons and Fruity Loops, it will be better. And they were like, but we don't have a PC or what. I was like, I have a guy. Blaqs, because Blaqs was now killing it in terms of Fruity Loops. He was making beats like mad beats. You check. So I was like, no. There's this other friend of mine called Blaqs, by the time Vusa.
Blaqs,
yes, yeah. Because we're in a group with double phone and stuff like that. So I introduced Blaqs to who? To those guys.
All right.
And then when they met him, I got hired straight up. So he was now the engineer at the studio. So I was like, help. So anytime I can go there, speak to Blaqs, I don't pay shit. You know what I'm saying? Speak to Blaqs, we make music, you know? So in the process of like recording the album, in the process of recording the album, Blaqs, because there was this song by Cameron called Hey Ma. Hey Ma, where he sampled the Lionel Richie thinking song. It's So Cameron sampled that, and then on that Cameron song, there's a part where it's silent. It's just the beat. It's just those chords. You know what I'm saying? So I went to Blaqs. I want something like this. You know, something that. Like that, you know what I'm saying? And then he went to Fruity Loops, he did his thing, it came out nice. It was different, a bit African, but it was nice, you know what I'm saying? And then we went to the studio, busy listening to that track. Bossman came through, because when Bossman is in the studio, he wants to twist. And then he had this beat, and then he asked Blaqs, so whose beat is this? It's nice. Blaqs was like, it's P's beat. And then by that time, I was called Pongo.
Yeah, remember. Yes.
By that time,
Pongo for a long time.
Yes. I was like, it's Pongo's beat.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is my beat. You know, he did his thing, he freestyled, came up with a nice item, and I was like, heartbroken. And then he left. And then Blaqs looked at me, and then he saw that this guy is like, no. It's like, but no, P, just listen to what he did, and then write a 16 line, and then put it out there. Yeah. I was like, but he's gonna have a problem. I was like, no problem, just do it. Yeah. I listened, wrote, and then we recorded. It was nice. Yeah. Fast forward, Man Soul Jah, his album was done, ready, and then we met up with Anna Klukelek from Poland. Yeah. So Anna came through to the studio, wanted to listen to the album, because now Man Soul Jah was supposed to tour Poland. You know what I'm saying? And then they played, because he was doing reggae and stuff. Check. Right. So they played the music, and Blaqs has got a musical ear, and he can read someone's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he was checking out the Anna, the promoter, checking out her reactions and stuff, and then he was telling me, so I know, yes, she's impressed, but there was something missing. You check. Yeah. And then that's when, when Blaqs told me, he was like, no, by that time, I didn't care would I get fired or what. I'm playing this song. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when he played that song that he did the beat for, that Man Soul Jah came through and freestyled that I wrote a 16 line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was nice too. You check.
Yeah.
He played it, and then when it was, maybe he was lying, but when he was telling me, he was like, that the Anna was like, in lead. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, he's feeling it. She's feeling it. Okay. And then my part came through. It's a surprise to who? To Man Soul Jah. Surprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the lady was like, who's this guy? Call him now. That's when I got a call. Yo, do you have a passport? I'm like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, you're going to Poland. That's how I went to Poland. I went to Poland to do just one verse, as a rapper. And I was rapping in Vernac. Can you imagine?
Do you remember the verse? Do you still remember the verse?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it was nice. Then went to Poland, you know, we took pictures, videos and stuff, and then I came back home, you know. That's when people started, you know,
Who's Pongo?
what, you know. But by that time, I was like deep into what? Into production now. I was like, okay, I know, I want to follow this route. I want to produce, you know. So I was, that's, yes.
So do you remember, as P2DAOH, as Pongo the producer, who did you produce first? What was the first track that you did?
The first track,
Yeah, the first artist ever that you
first artist.
Like you sit down and saying, this is the production I'm doing as P2DAOH.
That's a difficult question. Let me try to think. Let me drink water first. Woo. Okay, cool. Because you know when you're producing, right? Like especially when you're beginners level, you know, you do a bit, you know, and then you're not convinced with it, you know. So some of the stuff I used to produce, delete. I didn't even play it for anyone, just because I wasn't sure. And then there was a part where I was working at House of Rice and Sound with Joe Maseko as his assistant full time. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't even trying to play my bass to anyone. You know what I'm saying? So by that time I was mastering the capturing, the mixing, what. And then after some time we recorded this other chick called Mjox from Botswana. And then there was no electricity in Iguabalanda, so we had to move to town, Moonlight Studios. And then the person who was an engineer at Moonlight Studios was Unique Force. He's called Velton now, Unique Force. And then that's when we met with that guy, and he was killing it on Fruity Loops. I was like, hey, damn, this guy, you check. So it was a team effort thing, and when the album went out, it went to Botswana. It was a hit. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a hit, and then she asked us to come to what? To Botswana. So the first artist I produced for, I think it was it was Mzekila.
Okay.
Yes, it was. There's a guy called Mzekila, where he featured a guy called Eureka. You know what I'm saying? The beat of it. By that time, I think it was 2007. 2007. And then by that time, I was deep into hip hop. I did a beat which was like the Lil Wayne, Make It Rain. Is it Make It Rain? It was along those lines, you know what I'm saying? It was a beat like that. And then this guy's like, ooh, wow, you can make beats like that. That's when they recorded. I think that was my first time.
So when did you change from Pongo? Because I know that Pongo is something that were given by people, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Because of polite, people called you Pongo.
Yes.
Then when did you decide to change? Because you adopted Pongo for some time. Then at some time said, no, Pongo is enough. Now we're going with P2DAOH. When did you decide? Tomorrow, I'm being called to P2DAOH.
Okay. So when I was into hip hop now, remember when I was talking about Black Panther and stuff like that? We're a group. So one of the groups that way they were Rapaholics, which was Ray and Thorn. And then Thorn is a rapper.
Yeah.
Like yo, straight up rapper. Me, I was a Pansula, and Don was a rapper, and he used to rap dope. You know what I'm saying? And then at some point when we're from a meeting in Web 5, he was like, "Oh, yo, P, can I ghostwrite something for you?" You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? I didn't understand even
Ghostwriting
the lingo. So he came through.
Gothic.
Yeah, he came through with only 4 lines. It was like, so your song will be like P to the O L I T to the E. You know, lyrically I make you bounce to this beat.
Yeah.
B to the B, you don't quit, keep it drill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, but this is dumb. You check. So that's how I was like, okay, but if I call myself P to the O.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when interviewers are asking me, I'll just say, no, I was just spelling my name in a cool way, whereby I'm like P to the O, L-I-T to the A.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So P to the O. And then the O of it, you know.
Yeah.
There was a time where the song called Whoa.
All right.
You man, like, whoa.
All right.
No,
Yeah.
I don't remember the like, oh, you remember?
Yeah.
So that O is so P to the O.
Okay, yeah,
check.
that's
So,
being amazed, like, okay.
yeah. So
right.
basically, that's
Nice.
how it came out. I know it's a funny, weird story, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think every artist have something like that.
Yeah, check.
Yeah. All right. Now, as a producer, let's talk about the mixed bag. I know you've worked on many things.
Yes.
Let's talk about the mixed bag EP.
The mixed bag EP.
Who features in that mixed bag, and how did you come up to work with this particular artist?
Okay, with the mixed bag EP, I called it mixed bag for a reason, because there was a let me say a blank year for me as a producer in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Whereby they were not paying attention to me because maybe I talk too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like radio stations were not showing love, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a year whereby I was just recording singles for artists. They were coming through, pay, record a single. We try to push it, they don't. It doesn't go anywhere. You know. So I had, because with me, I'm that type of a producer whereby if you record with me, I'll make it a point that I push your song to radio. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear your song on radio. Yeah. Hence, on all my productions, I put my take. That's a marketing item for me, because if you don't push the song that I've produced for you, how am I going to be known? No, since I'm on the background, you know what I'm saying? How am I going to get paid? You know what I'm saying? So I told myself, okay, if it doesn't matter you are a seasoned artist or you're a beginner, I push it the same way. You check, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I worked with Anena. Her first ever recording track was called The Business. You know what I'm saying? I pushed that song. It was the first time in studio, first time to you know what I'm saying? We pushed it, it got played on radio stations, we got feedback, and she had passion as well. You know, the moment she got, there was this other show on Star FM called Hate It or Rate It. They rated it and hated it at the same time, and she was listening. 45 minutes after that show, she was in studio. That's when we recorded Juice Box. You check.
Yes.
And then after that, everyone forgot about the business. Just Juice Box all the time. So I'm that type of of a producer, whereby I don't. If I record a song, even if it's a single track, I always tell these youngins, especially when they come, no, if I record a song, you cannot sit on a song expecting it to hatch. Nah, you have to know, you know what I'm saying? If you record, set it to radio. Yeah. You know, because they always complain, hey, they don't play us on radio. But how can they play you on radio if you haven't submitted on radio? They don't play us on TV. Do you have a video? No. But how do you expect to be played on TV if you don't have a video? You check. So that's the angle I take. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what you are, a seasoned artist or who we celebrate or what. Nah, to me, you are the same. You know. If you come to me, if you want me to record you, you have to listen. You know, if I say, yo, this is whack, it's probably whack. Yeah, all right. You know, because of the experience and stuff like that. It doesn't matter what you've done, this, what. If you come to me, you've come to me, you know what I'm saying? And if I'm telling you, you have to listen. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen too. Because when you sing, I listen and come up with magic. which is the music.
Yeah.
That's listening. So why don't you listen as well?
All right. Yeah. In the EP you worked with, is it POZee and Mandela?
Or on the EP? No. On the EP.
Another single.
That's another single. The Theology is the single on POZee's album. It's not yet out. He's still working on it as well. But on the Mixed EP, I worked with P2DAOH. Dog Movement. I worked with Laserbeam in SA, that I Don't Wanna Lie song. I worked with Crucifix Shigisha. So basically, I took singles from each of them. Okay, let's use this. And then Kalento, Guse. Okay, Dilaman Watts. He's original from Zambia, but he's based in SA. Yeah. Where he featured, he's called Flatline. He's got a label called Flatline Music, and those are the guys that are doing the internet digital distribution of that EP. You know what I'm saying? And then I also worked with my dogs. You check. So basically, it's
mixed bag.
It's a mixed bag. Like I was saying, I had a gap here. You know, it was from when I did clap. You know what I'm saying? All that, and then some of these kids got big-headed and stuff like that, and I had a gap here. And then I was like, okay, let me just focus on me, because all along I was focusing on these artists. You check. So I was like, let me just focus on me. And then I did that.
Clip was actually a successful track and a successful video, so there was no continuation from that energy, because you roped in like many artists that did so well on that.
Basically, the whole idea with the Kasilami art platform movement, it was because from 2009 up until 2011, I was based in SA.
All right.
You know, recording these big artists. Because in SA, the first person I recorded in studio, it was Proverb. He was doing mixtape verse with Suspect. You check. So basically, from that level, I came back home. You check. And then I was recording. Some of these artists were not even convinced. I'm the one that's doing the production, what. You know what I'm saying? But word went out, okay, there's a new studio in Luveve, what, the sound is boss, what. Word went out, So everyone was coming through to record, So I did that for a month, and I was like, no. And I'm listening to radio, I don't hear my stuff. I'm like, okay, from that level to this level. So that's when I called each and every person that came through and recorded.
All right.
I was like, am I wasting my time or what? I'm not hearing your songs on radio. What's the problem? That's when they say, no, we don't have money to shoot a video. We don't have money to print CDs. But you guys, you record at the same studio. Why don't you just contribute one single, put it on CD, make it a compilation, and then send it to radio, and then divide the cost, and then it will be cheaper. That's when. So they did that, So it was like initially it was 21 artists all recording with me, So each one contributed one song. And then they divided the money, what, because I think printing 100 CDs by that time it was $100, So each person was, what I'm saying, divided by 21, what. So it was $7 something, I think. So it was cheaper, So it was a mix of beginners and seasoned artists, because P.O.Y was in there, POZee was in there, Dawn was in there, Mystic, there were groups, youngins, it was a mixture of both, So now the problem was they submitted, and then we wanted a cool name for it, just for the compilation. That's when we said Kasilami art platform, what I'm saying? Because it was kids from different hoods. Someone was from Uluveve, someone was from Pomona, from North End, what was so Kasilami, so representing my hood, Kasilami art platform. So it was a compilation, and then we submitted to radio. And then when we submitted it to radio, they only played one song, which was the first song they played. The first song they played, it was a song which featured P.O.Y, POZee, and Mjox. You know what I'm saying?
Alright,
And then these youngins started complaining that Bulawayo joined. These youngins started complaining, how come they're playing P.O.Y only? We check. And then they also played a POZee one, and then they played the Psychotech one. You check. And that was it. And then these youngins started complaining. And then, okay, went back to the drawing board. I was like, okay, so you want your songs to be played. Okay, come up with verses. I'll do a beat. And then you come up with 8 lines each. Yep. First come, first serve. I don't care what you are seasoned or beginner. If you come to the studio first, you be on number 1. So the first person to come through to the studio on that make and play clap joint was Thorn.
Right?
You know, so Thorn
opens the track.
He opened the track. Yeah. And then the second person was it was Stone, and then just like that, the arrangement, so the last person on that song was the last person to come through, and then the guys that came after couldn't fit because the song was done. You check. So that was the whole idea, because now these youngins were complaining, you're always pushing on Facebook, what, but when radio is playing, they only playing P.O.Y, they only playing, you know what I'm saying? So basically that's how we come up with that song, the make 'em clap song. No chorus, nothing. It was just a beat, and then they hit.
Alright. Yeah, there's so many things that makes up P2DAOH and Bongo combined, going back. That's spanning 2 decades or something like that. Who's the artist that you're working with at the moment, that you're pushing, that you're working with at the moment?
At the moment,
it's P2DAOH, not people that come to record in the studio, but people that like, this is someone that I'm with, and this is their brand that I'm pushing at the moment.
Yeah, he's the first person that I'm working with. Like his name is Crucifix. You know what I'm saying? We're working on his EP.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, on his EP.
He's the one with the single Tandumuntu.
Tandumuntu. Yes. Yeah, he's got like he's got a full album already, but we shelved it. We just want to do things differently now, because we did that. Yes, it worked, but we just want to do things in a, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, I think the best way of doing things is to maybe, if you have an EP or an album or whatever, at least if it has 2 or 3 videos, just to help it push, you know what I'm saying? So basically that's how it's taking time, and with our current situation and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because if you highlight Blacks is going to tell you, hey, my friend, but I need, this much, check. So, because that's the type of quality that we're looking at. You can't just ask anyone to just, you know what I'm saying? So Crucifix is the one I'm working with. But obviously, I'm helping as well, Gas Nova, POZee's label. He recently signed Links. Links SK. The EP is done. We're just waiting for the first video of the song called Weekend Aslali, where he featured Asif. You know what I'm saying? So JC is the one that's editing the video, is the one that shot the video. So we're just waiting for that, and then we do a listening session, video premiere, and then launch the album. So basically that's the, you know what I'm saying? So I'm helping out with POZee on that, because we're sick and tired of these, like, because now anyone can just record a song, you know what I'm saying, put it out on WhatsApp, and then they say they've released it. That's not, you know what I'm saying? It has to be, something, you have to invite journalists, invite radio personalities, you know what I'm saying, do a proper listening session, and then have comments, and then that way your album will have a longer lifespan, rather than just you are in unknown, the people don't even know you. You just come through with 8 tracks.
When release on a unknown platform.
You know what I'm saying? So basically, you need, there are steps to be followed. You know what I'm saying? Do a listening session. Even the journalists, even when they're writing this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if it's bad or good, it doesn't matter. But now they have something to talk about. Oh, we went to what? We went to his listening session, which was actually quite nice. Oh, the sound was whack. Oh, what? You know what I'm saying? We need that, so that's how we know. And then when they write that, people that don't even know you will start, okay, we saw him on the papers. Oh, we saw him on the news. And then now you've grabbed their attention. So that's the correct way of doing it. Not this thing because now music is like anyone can do it, and people are not taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Whereas this is work. You know what I'm saying? You need to, if you think you cannot do it on your own, you know, hire a manager that's gonna manage your stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you're shooting a video, if you think, oh, okay, hire a makeup artist. You know, come up with proper stuff. You know, let's do Singapore words and see, it's not a freestyle. That's why I don't like freestyles.
Alright.
You check.
Yeah.
So it has to be, you know what I'm saying? Plan your stuff. Okay. We're in 2019 now. By the end of 2020, I would have achieved this and that and that and that. Short, what. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a proper business module. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're an artist, treat yourself as a brand. You check. So basically, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm not in a hurry. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're getting paid, because besides producing, there are other gigs that we're getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Like doing scores for movies, for series, doing theme songs and stuff. At least we're getting paid.
Okay.
You check?
Yeah. All right. So what's the future looking like? Or maybe before we go there, what would you change in Bulawayo in terms of the arts field? If you're given a one stick and say, I want to perform magic and this magic has to affect the art in Bulawayo, what would you do?
The first thing I'll change is the mentality, if it's possible. Like mentality about it doesn't matter who the artist or he's just a fan or the mentality. Okay, it was a choice as a blind.
Okay.
That's what I'll change first.
Okay.
And then secondly, but basically that's what I'll change.
Change your mentality. So it's the mindset. It's
the mindset. Yes.
Which I think also is something that is really something that is a problem in Bulawayo. For example, from my experience at ZBC, for example,
yes,
I asked people to come for interviews in Harare. Only P.O.Y came through and Nash Mshona. Those are the only people. Other people were giving me reasons. So what did you want me to do? What did you want me to do?
That type of mentality, it has to go, It has to go. Because now, that's why maybe we're not being taken people are not taking us seriously. Because now, check. As far as talent, that's why I know for a fact there is talent in Bulawayo, especially. There's mad talent, But now the problem is in mentality about mentality and there's a lot that needs to be changed, and we need to go back to the ground, to the basics. I'm a basics won't go and even our parents as well, you know what I'm saying? When you say you want to do music and stuff like that, it's not an extracurricular activity. No. You know what I'm saying? It's something. If you see what you has got a voice and stuff like that, invest in that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Same applies to these artists. Invest in your craft. Invest in your talent. You know what I'm saying? Let your talent pay you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're complaining, in Zimbabwe there's no forex and whatnot, but we see a lot of artists going outside, going to Germany, going to the UK, you know what I'm saying, bringing the foreign currency. So even the government as well should see, no, but this is something, this is an industry. The moment we change that, that's when everything will pop.
All right, So what can we expect from P2DAOH? 2019 is coming to an end. 2020 is beginning. What's in store for the fans?
You should be on the lookout for Crucifix, Links SK, Casnovalo, and then Flatline Music, Dillerman Watts, as well. I'm doing something with him, But expect fireworks, But yes, a lot of scores, because I want to venture into visuals as well. So a lot of scores. Right. I'll be doing a lot of scores in the coming year.
All right. You're no longer interested in acting.
In acting, let me just.
Done. You're retired.
Not exactly. Given a chance, because these things, you must say, I am no longer interested, but So if there's someone, because one thing for sure, if you can't call me to a production whereby the output will be poor, like the quality, you know what I'm saying? Because Because there at some point I featured as an extra on a Paul Walker movie. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Yeah.
So so these guys must just come up their game.
Yeah.
Then we might
talk.
Yes, but if the level is still the way it is now,
Yeah.
we can help through the sound. Give them nice calls.
Yeah.
Give them. You know what I'm saying. But the quality has to be boss. You know what I'm saying.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for having you on
No,
earGROUND.
anytime.
P2DAOH, the Godfather. Yeah. This was earGROUND, and we're talking to P2DAOH. Until next time, cheers.
I kill a verse with no mercy like Barcelona. Young boy, still a heavyweight, I'm coming for you. Gotta make that